saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami.
So hello everyone, good evening and welcome to today's live stream of Dharma teaching by Singha Rinpoche. So we would like to invite Anila to start tonight's prayer before teaching. So Anila, please.
Okay, let's do the prayer. This Homage to Buddha, Dharma, and Noble Sangha, and all that dwell in the auspicious realms of the 10 directions, when all appearance and existence is completely pure, its nature spontaneously perfect, may all be auspicious for us. Bless us, Drome Gyalpo, Zade Dondrum, Jampe Gyapa, and Getapadapa, Getchedrapa, who loves all sentient beings, Sadrapa, whose compassion is as high as Mount Sumeru, Drapapa, who cares for everyone, and Saradrapa, who brings satisfaction to all beings. Just hearing your names increases glory, auspiciousness, and success. We pay homage to these 8 Sugatas, the Yufu Manjushri, glorious Rajapani, Avalokiteshvara, Lord Maitreya, Gidinkapa, Nivara Vishkabin, Akashkapa, and the most noble Samadabhadra. Homage to these 8 Bodhisattvas who are supreme in granting auspiciousness and success. Gracefully holding your emblems, Upala flower, Raja, white lotus, Naga tree, wish fulfilling jewel, moon, sword, and sun. Making offerings to the Buddhas of all directions and the times are the goddesses, the creators of delight. Holding the 8 sublime emblems, the precious umbrella, auspicious golden fishes, the wish-fulfilling vase of goodness, the exquisite Kamala flowers, the conch of fame and glory, the excellent knot of prosperity, the eternal banner of victory, and the all-powerful will. Homage to these 8 auspicious goddesses. Beauty, garland, song, dance, flowers, incense, light and perfume. Just thinking of your essential qualities makes success grow more and more. The great Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, and Indra,
the kings of the 4 directions,
Tirashtra, Virudaka, Virupasha, and Lord of the Nagas, and Vrajavamana, each one holding a divine emblems, the wheel, trident, conch shell, Raja, Veena, sword, stupa, and banner of victory. I pay homage to the 8 guardians of the world who make auspiciousness and prosperity grow in the 3 realms. With all obstacles and harmful influences specified,
we are now about to begin
with ever good fulfillment and success, and good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and peace for all. With all obstacles and harmful influences specified, may the world will now to begin with ever good fulfillment and success, and bring good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and peace for all. With all obstacles and harmful influences specified, may the work we are now about to begin with ever good fulfillment and success, and bring good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and peace for all. Okay. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahum. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahum. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge and am enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge and am enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge and am enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimaginable ocean of samsara suffering. I lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Teyata Shame Shamawati, Shamita Shankru Ankre Mankre, Marosite Karote Kyore, Tezwati Ulayani Ushida Nimane, Manapanaye Kukri Kaka Krasi Krasani, Omuki Para Muki Amuki Shamitani, Sawa Graha Banda Nane, Negahitwa Sawa Para Pawadina, Vimuta Mara Pasha, Sidapitwa Buddha Mudra, Anon Gadeta Sawa Mari, Buddharita Parishide, Vigasantu Sawa Mara Kramani. I prostrate to gathering of Dakinis of the 3 places, coming from the supreme holy sites of space enjoying, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Aka Samarata Shadarasa Mariape. Aka Samarata Shadarasa Mariape. Aka Samarata Shadarasa Mariape. Tayata Gade Gade Paragade Parasam Gade Pudi Soha. Tayata Gade Gade Paragade Parasam Gade Pudi Soha. Tayata Gade Gade Paragade Parasam Gade Pudi Soha. To the path of the great truth of the words of the three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles and hindrances and adverse conditions be pacified. Shatim Kuriye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be absolute happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering and causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of civil liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I prostrate my body, speech, and mind, and present clumps of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginner's time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagiha at Vajra Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of Sangha of monks and a great gathering of Sangha Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination, and at the same time, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasabha, while practicing the profound Prajna Paramita, saw in this way. He saw the five skandhas also to be empty of nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to Venerable Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasabha, how should the son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice the profound Prajna Paramita? Addressed in this way, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasabha, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound Prajna Paramita should see in this way.
Seeing the five skandhas
To be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dharmas, no I dhatu up to no my dhatu, no dhatu of dharmas, no my consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death.
No end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of Prajna Paramita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas of the three times by means of Prajna Paramita fully awakened to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajna Paramita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, the mantra that calms all suffering, should be known as truth. Since there is no deception, the Prajna Paramita mantra is said in this way. Tayata Om Gade Gade Paragade Parasam Gade Badiye Soha. Thus, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasabha should train
the profound Prajna Paramita. Then the Blessed One arose out of Samadhi and praised Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasabha, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice the profound Prajna Paramita, just as he have taught, and all the Dagadas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Sariputra and Noble
Avalokiteshvara,
the Bodhisattva Mahasabha, the whole assembly and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. Okay. We'll take a break here.
Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam.
So, hello once again, good evening, and thank you for joining us for today's live stream. So, right now, we would like to introduce some activities that the temple will be organizing and is currently organizing. So, also starting this week on Sunday is an introduction to meditation class. It's a English and Chinese class, but it will be conducted on site at the Level 2 classroom at 147 Tyree Road. So it starts this Sunday, 25th of May for 4 lessons from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. So if you like to join this meditation class, please do sign up on the website or via the QR code. So next, also at the end of the month, that Teaching Choling will be organizing our once a year orientation event. So this orientation event is open to all new joiners or everyone who is new to Teaching Choling or new to Buddhism. Also, if you have just taken refuge over the Vesak Day long weekend with Teaching Choling, also we welcome you to join us at this orientation event where we introduce to you the lineage of Teaching Choling and the lineage of Tibetan Buddhism itself, and also the story of Teaching Choling. So do join us for this orientation for an inspiring afternoon of learning, connection, and community. So it's taking place at the end of the month, 31st May, at 2 to 5 p.m. at the Teaching Choling main hall. Do register before coming down, and we are ready to welcome you at the end of the month. And also in June, on the 26th, which is Saturday, there will be a prostration class led by JC Jigme. So this class is on how to do prostrations, the meaning on the why and how of the prostration practice, conducted by JC Jigme on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Teaching Choling main hall. So there is no online experience for this class. Everybody has to attend on site itself. So if you are interested to know about the post-session practice or to start the practice, do sign up for this class via the QR code. So once again, for all the latest updates, do join the Tek Chen Choling information channel on Telegram, and we will post all the latest updates and all the latest activities. Tek Chen Choling will be organizing on Telegram first. So as you all know, Tek Chen Choling is embarking on this journey to expand with a mission. We are currently raising funds to rebuild the temple. And so if you'd like to join us to leave a legacy for the next generation, so please do go to visit our website or scan the QR to know more details and the various offering items that you can make a contribution. And so thank you for your generous support. So thank you so much again. Soon we'll be inviting Rinpoche to the main hall, and he will invite him to start today's English Dharma teaching. Thank you.
Saranam gacchami, dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. gacchami, Buddham saranam gacchami, Dharmam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Buddham saranam gacchami.
And recite the 7-line prayer. Hong Hogen Yogi No Chan Sam Pema Kesa Dombola Yatse Chogi Hodrune Pema June Shesudra Kodu Kanro Mambo Kro Peki Jesu Dabdrugi Chingi Lap Chi Xie Su So Puro Pema Sidi Ho Wo Yin Yogi No Chan Sam Pema Kesa Dombola Yatin Chogi Ngoi Drune Pema June Xie Sudra Kodu Kanro Mambo Kro Keki Jesu Dabdrugi Chingi Lap Chi Xie Su So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Oye Yogi No Chan Sam Pema Kesa Dombola Yatin Chogi Ngodrune Pema June Xie Sudra Kodu Kanro Mambo Kro Keki Jesu Dabdrugi Chingi Lap Chi Xie Su So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Wo Yin Yogi No Chan Sam Pema Kesa Dombola Yatin Chogi Ngodrune Pema June Xie Sudra Kodu Kanro Mambo Kro Keki Jesu Dabdrugi Chingi Lap Chi Xie Su So Guru Pema Sidi Ho. Please offer 3 prostrations. Okay, we shall offer Mandala. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Raja ground our home. Here's the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Rajan light our home. Outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent Bova Vidiha. In the south, Jambuvipa. In the west, Aparagodania. In the north, Uttarakuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Viha and Vidiha. Around the south, Chamara and Abachamara. Around the west, Sata and Uttaramantrin. Around the north, the subcontinents Kurava and Kurava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish granting tree. In the west is the wish granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here's the precious wheel. Here's the precious jewel. Here's the precious queen. Here's the precious minister. Here's the precious elephant.
Here's the precious freshest and best of horses.
Here's the precious general. Here's the great treasure vast. Here's the goddess of beauty. Here's the goddess of garlands. Here's the goddess of song. Here's the goddess of dance. Here's the goddess of flowers. Here's the goddess of incense. Here's the goddess of light. Here's the goddess of perfume. Here's the sun. Here's the moon. Here's the umbrella of all that is precious. Here's the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection, lacking in nothing, I offer to you, my kind and holy roots Lama, together with you, venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama, Losang, Doang, Doji Chang. Together with the assembly of gods, I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through your great compassion. This ground adorned with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned Mount Meru, four continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Objects of my attachment, anger, ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from three poisons. Venerable Holy Gurus, in the space of the truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Om Yedam Guru Rana Mandala Kagniya Tayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path, from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances to the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the two precious Bodhisattvas. Okay, let's all group Rinpoche. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Evening, Rinpoche.
So good evening. So today I'm going to talk about awareness based on self. Now, there's a lot of talk about awareness based on external phenomena. A lot of people are talking about awareness outside. Are you aware of this? Are you aware of that? And this and that, right? And so, that is actually taught to us not by our Dharma teachers, but our family teachers. So first, who are our family teacher? Most probably our grandparents, our parents, you know, in the kindness of ways, but in the most unskillful of ways. You stupid or what? Okay, you cannot see, you blind, are you? Right? All of us get all this kind of treatment when we are young. So therefore we become very much influenced by this habit of looking out for other people's mistake. Looking out for other people's mistake. And then it becomes a vicious cycle of everybody is looking out for everybody else's mistake. And so therefore it comes to one major point in our practice, is that all of us start to fall into this trap of anyone can go to heaven, just be good. This heaven may not be a heaven of next life. It can be the heaven of this life. And this term, be good, actually brings about something a quest to be approved. So since young, many people want to do, everybody wants to be a good child. Everybody, right? So therefore, all the adults say, oh, 你好乖, you're a very good boy, very good girl. Everybody want to do everything to get approval. Right? And so somehow this approval trap really binds us, really binds us to this phenomena of wanting to be good. But in Vajrayana Buddhism, the awareness is not about being good. The awareness is not about being good. Awareness is not about seeking approval from others. Awareness is not about wanting other people to like us. Awareness is also not about being able to see the faults of others, right? And so on and so forth. In fact, maybe all of you know this better than me. So then what is awareness? If we look at iron, right? Iron, I think iron is one of the hardest and strongest material on earth, metal, right? So, but if we look at iron from the iron ore, from the rocks that we go and mine, and then to crush it down, and then to smelt it down, and then to extract the iron. It's really very much like our childhood. Our childhood and teenage years is very much digging out our ancestral lineage out, since we are young, we are taught, oh, you belong to this dialect group, you are Chinese, you are Malay, you are Indian, you are Eurasian, you may be Caucasian, you may be South Indian, whatever, so on and so forth, all kinds of races, right? South American, North American. And so, this is what the first thing, what we all are taught to recognize, is the differentiation. Just like what, just like saying that, this is copper ore, this color of stone means there's copper, this color of stone means there's iron, and so your first thing. Then what happens next is to be dug up, to dig up all these things, right? And then so what we learn about the culture, we learn the culture of this, the culture of that, right? This is a special belonging to this group, right? Like for example, maybe amongst the southern Chinese, Teochew people culture is this, right? Hokkien people culture is this, Cantonese culture is this, Hainanese culture is this, right? Based in Singapore, right? Malay culture is this. So we very broadly just say Malay culture, but Bugis culture is this, Javanese culture is this, right? Malay culture is this. So Indonesian have Indonesian culture, Malay have Malay culture. So within that they also have a very widespread different groups, just like the Chinese, southern Chinese have the Hokkien, the Teochew, and the Cantonese, and so on and so on. So they also have the Boyanese, they have the Bugis, they have the Javanese, they have the Achenese, and so on and so forth, Balinese. Everybody wanting to stand up. And then it becomes, the next point is going to the third phase of our life. That is independence. All right, so we got extracted. So we got smelted and extracted, right? Going through study and going through recognizing this and that. Then what happened? The next thing is we all want to become recognized. We all want to be distinguished. So we fall on to the next trap to be distinguished. And so like, iron, we make into iron products, right? Some are hidden, like the iron bars within buildings. There's a lot of iron in there. Then cars, in the olden days, iron was used to build the body frame of cars. Now, of course, it's aluminium, right? And so on and so forth, things like nails and all kinds of things. Then the more established and better ones, right, become like sharp ones, become like knives, become like tools, right? The best, of course, the iron that agrees to accept something else within itself. Carbon becomes the first forms of stainless steel, which they have to burn the iron, right? And then after that they beat it, and then they fold it, beat, and then burn and beat, and it goes into the water, and so on and so forth. So this carbon becomes infused into the iron, and becomes like swords, become like this and that, right? So what happened next? After we become tools, the early 20s, then we go to the 30s and 30s, then we want to be used. We have proved to the world that we are useful, right? And then by 40s, you want to be distinguished. I may be a sword, I may be a tool, but I'm more tool than your tool. Right? Not all pliers are the same. Right? Not all scissors are the same. I'm more special than you, this and that. By the time when it hit 50s and 60s, right? Then you want to enjoy the peak, the pinnacle of your success of our lives. The next thing is what comes will be this disintegration. Without awareness of ourselves, rust comes from within. Isn't it? Rust comes from within. Even so-called stainless steel also rust. You know? Stainless steel also will rust. There's so many grades of stainless steel, right? Only the so-called 304, serial number 304, then it does not rust. But nothing lasts forever, you know. Without this awareness of our own body, speech and mind, it will disintegrate and ultimately become dust. So even though we may be like, we really, our ego is like iron. Our ego like iron. Our pride, like, you know, to be distinguished, to be used, to prove to the world that we can do it and this and that. So it really comes out so much to proving, living our life to prove, living our life to be distinguished, to be eminent, you know, living our life to be different and so on and so forth. So what then is the purpose of our life? Some people say just to live, is the purpose. Some say life has no meaning. Okay? All are correct answers. Some say life is full of blessings. Some say life is this and that, so on and so forth. All are correct answers. Why? Because everybody is speaking according to their own karmic condition. For a person whose life has no meaning, yesterday I was just sharing to Joshua's mother about the story of my grandmother when she was very, very old. Right? When she became 95, 96 years old, she would tell me every day, pray to your Buddha that I die soon. Right? I don't want to live so long. I don't want to live anymore. And in the exact words she say, 我又老又死唔去. But she was really 95, 96. Yeah, she doesn't want to live. She wants to pass away. She says her body is very difficult. Of course, I know emotionally also it was difficult for her. She had 4 sons. She outlived 3. Right? As a mother, it would be difficult. Right? You outlive your children would be difficult. Yeah. So, but then what is the purpose of life? Okay. Many people ask me this question: what is the purpose of life? Just now, somebody asked me this question. Says that if a monk fall in love with somebody, is it the monk break the vow, or the lady break the vow, or this and that? So I just said it as a fact. I said, it all depends on motivation. Because there can be people who just are out there to break other people's vows, with that motive to break other people's vows. Right? There can be people who are very self-righteous. I'm just here to prove myself. I'm here to be like this and be like that and misbehave and all kinds of ways. Like throwing tantrums and this and that, and everybody have every different ways. So actually, it really depends on motivation. I said, why just blame the monk, and why just blame the lady, or another man for the matter, right? If really fall in love, then they disrobe, and then they get together, then that's natural. But if the woman or the man do something, to the audience sangha with the motivation of causing harm, or wanting the ordained person to disrobe, this also motivation is wrong. Right? So the main thing is, don't look at the activity, because we cannot understand other people's motivation. Right? Chinese, they say, fasting, but I would prefer this term called 起心动念. What thought arose? What is the natural thought that arose within the mind, and what is the thought that is a discipline, study, and a build-up? Okay, so 起心动念, right, is you need to, like for example, would be, I do what I want to do, that's it. But if it is the thought of bodhicitta, I'm training, I didn't have this thinking yet, I don't have this thinking yet, but I still recite this prayer. May I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, right? Yeah. Then, for the benefit for all sentient beings, may I become a Buddha, right? And so, may I become a Buddha. right? So as to liberate all beings from the suffering. I don't have this feeling yet, but I'm training. So I make myself memorize this, and I make myself recite this, and I make myself say this, and I make myself feel like this. Okay? Even if it arises for just 1 minute a day, to 2 minutes a day, to 3 minutes a day, you know, and slowly it will grow. Right? It will grow. And so, you know, 动念 means to move the mind. Okay, what is the natural thought? Or the natural thought is I do what I want, I eat what I want, I don't have to care for other people. The other one is, yes, I do what I want, but maybe before I do now, I start to analyze and think and feel my own feeling, and be responsible for my own feeling, and be responsible for my own thought. But it's not going to be easy, and nobody ever said it was. Even you become a great bodhisattva, you still have to face up to everybody's requests. Like for example, Kuan Yin, right, or Junti. Everybody goes to temple and asks Buddha for favors, ask Buddha requests Buddha for blessings. Of course, this is not what Buddhism is all about. But you cannot stop other people from making requests. You cannot stop people from crying their heart out, right? You cannot stop people from asking or pouring their heart out. You cannot stop people from making requests, from making wishes. You cannot stop people from wanting hope for a better life or a better future. You cannot stop. And even when you become a bodhisattva, we have to accept one thing. Not everybody wants to be enlightened. Not everybody wants to be enlightened, and not everybody wants to learn the Dharma. Not everybody wants to think about what is just greater than themselves. Because everybody, by habit, by nature, in this life, one thing is for sure. Everybody needs to do something to have a source of income so that they can be financially independent, isn't it? May it be a skill, may it be a this, may it be a that, and it's what is accepted in this world since a long time ago, isn't it? A few thousand years ago, people also lived like that. Even before the invention of money, people lived like that. So, if we really start to think about this, somebody asked me, says that, then should I focus on meditation? I said, you can focus on meditation all you want. Where you focus, whatever your focus will expand. Where your focus will concentrate. I said, the most important is not just to focus on meditation, because if meditating works without reflection, you can become a perfect, you live your life to train to sit like stone. Your mind will become hard like stone, you live like stone, you think you can, you think you know, and then where's the compassion? So what is something really important is actually for ourselves is to generate this genuine concern for self and others. Not everybody can have so for example, what do I mean by generate concern for self and others? The first thing as practitioner, you must generate concern for yourself, because if you don't care for yourself, you will just only have one thing. That's called idiot compassion. You just keep on thinking of, how I can help, how I can do, and just continue and continue and continue. Well, our mind don't grow, our frustrations grow. Okay, we do a lot, okay, but the quality of our output is private limited. Right? So therefore, yes, it is important to meditate, but what is more important is to listen to the Dharma. Because at this time of our lives, we all have a lot of Dharma books, Dharma physical book, Dharma e-book, and this and that. Nobody bothers to pick up the book to read. Nobody bothers. Honestly, right? How many of you read even a few pages of Dharma book this week? Huh? Oh, good. Right? Few pages of Dharma text, and then did you reflect upon it? Good. Good. This is called a practice, Dharma cultivation. You cultivate, you know. So what is the difference? One is, in one way, if she's doing it so as to, if everybody is going to start reading so that next week I'm going to say, oh, good, good. But you say, I good there. You got good or not? Hey, 你有没有 good? Hey? 师父讲我 good 啊 Hey? 陈远红死了这么多年了，10多年了。That's the way he used to talk. It was really funny. He would purposely do this kind of funny antics. Yeah. Okay? So, it really is up to your own freedom. We want freedom, but our freedom is not real freedom. But basic foundational freedom of Buddhism is liberation. That's the basic foundational liberation. So, studying the Dharma is very much about taking your time to enjoy reading the text, and then you read a few lines, and then you think about it, right? And then the next day you read again. You know, the same page. Usually for me is the same page I read 3 times. Right? Not one day 3 times, but Monday read this page, Tuesday read the same page and page 2, right? Wednesday I'll read the same page, page 2, page 3, right? Then Thursday I'll read, 2, 3, 4. Friday I'll read, 3, 4, 5, like that. So in that way it becomes reading the same thing 3 times. You don't need to make yourself to read a lot, but we must allow ourselves this chance to absorb some fertilizer, right? And so studying the Dharma for internal awareness is the sole reason we should rejoice. Foundational reason that we should rejoice in one another. Not just the output of activity. Of course, this is the secondary. Those who cannot study, those who are unable to study, then do the activity that support those who can study. Those who are unable to do retreats, then do the activity that support those that can do the retreat. And that is the foundation of rejoicing and supporting. Like, you cannot become a monk and nun. Somebody become a monk and nun, then you support everybody can support the activity, the livelihood activity of monks and nuns. So they accumulate merit, you also accumulate merit. So it's a interdependence. Or which is the word I was talking about last week. I said dependent arising, dependent. So what's the a new English word? I think interdependence. We are all interdependent. Nobody is free, and nobody can just out of the blue do something that can arise from something, right? So so based on interdependence, just meditating is not enough. Based on interdependence, just studying is not enough, because just studying to get the good results is not enough. Just studying even just studying the Dharma, or we don't say the Dharma, right? Even worldly study, a person can study to become a professor, but being a professor, right? If there's something urgent happens, the professor maybe do not know how to cook rice. The professor may not know how to cook. Professor may not know how to wash. Or professor may not know how to do many other things, right? So why the person who is the helper or the house husband or the housewife who is supporting the activity of everybody else who can, if you rejoice in their merit, this then becomes, we say, part of the rejoicing part. I rejoice in the activity of all holy and ordinary beings, right? Which we see ourselves during the time of awareness and cultivation. That aspect is the holy part, with the thought. So what makes your activity holy? The first part is the activity that is beyond self. Okay? The second activity that makes it holy is the activity that is beyond this life, the thought of this life. The third activity that makes the third action that makes your activity most holy is that of bodhicitta, right? You're really practicing so as to be able to attain enlightenment, so that you can awaken to be of benefit, to serve, to help and support all sentient beings. This is the part that is not easy, but it can be done. We can a bad word to use is brainwash ourselves, right? Bad word is used, brainwash. A good word is called mental training. Train to think, because I give you a good example is, somebody say it's so difficult to do mental training. Somebody said to me many times, many people say, not just somebody, many people say many times, so difficult to do mental training. I said, yes, definitely difficult. But the same thing happens because it is more exciting, and then that is easy. What is it? Gossiping. Isn't gossiping mental training? You listen to other people's gossip, and then you start to believe in other people's gossip. You don't even know whether it's true or not. In fact, almost all gossip is 1% truth, 99.9% fake. Some are 100% fake. Right? Why? Because of other people's jealousy. Because they say you can do, they cannot do, and so therefore they want to bring you down. So the main thing is our practice. The most important is still our own practice. Persevere on. Right? If we really say you want to do for the benefit for all sentient beings, like my guru, Lama Kunchok and Lama Sopa Rinpoche says, the more other people harm you, the more other people curse you, the more other people spread falsehood about you, and the more other people this and that, you should think about their kindness. Why? Because Rinpoche says they are purifying you. And because if other people were to say bad things about you, other people with this, that, then they are purifying you. And so if you want to purify other people, then you go and scold. Then if you go and scold them, you purify them. Then you take on their bad karma, like that, right? It's like, then I told him, I said, what kind of logic is that, right? And Sopa Rinpoche says, it's very easy. He says, Rinpoche said that, You are the soap. They are the dirty dishes. The soap will have to sacrifice itself to wash with the water, right? End up, the dirty dishes become clean plates, clean bowls. You become what? What do you become? You become soapy, dirty water. Right? So if you are bodhisattva, and you are willing to take on the suffering of all sentient beings, you train to be willing to take on such suffering of sentient beings, then you do that, then it becomes really beneficial for other beings. If you are still training, then you need to cultivate on first our own awareness, the accumulation of merit, accumulation of wisdom. Right? Merit, wisdom is most important, foundational towards enlightenment. Right? And how do we get merit? By attending teaching is accumulating merit. Making offerings to Guru, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha is accumulating merit. Right? Upon listening of the teaching and then doing reflection is accumulating wisdom. So that's why you should rejoice in the activities of Dharma teachers who are giving teachings. Why? Because that's exactly in one sitting, without even having effort on the person, on the disciple's side, who is sitting there to just by listening, you're accumulating merit. Okay, you accumulate merit and you are awakening. You will have awakening wisdom. Right? So because many people say it's so difficult to accumulate merit and wisdom, the fastest way is come for class. That is the fastest way. If you don't go attend Dharma class, if you don't, so some people say, oh, I can just read books or recite and this and that. Of course you can. I'm not saying you cannot. Right? But where you are reading, where you are reciting, is not the place of tree support. Right? It's not the place of the tree support. It's not where the image of the Buddha reside. It's not where the collection of the teaching of Buddha is. It's not where training Sangha live. So it is not the place of tree support. Right? So therefore, why from Hinayana, Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana, why is there always the practice and the training where everybody come together, chant together, right? Even Theravada, all right? The Sangha wake up very early, they do chanting together, then after that, right, they go back for food. Right, Mahayana, Chinese Mahayana or Vietnamese Mahayana also they do chanting in morning, right? Then also Vajrayana very often having Drupchen, right? Great dawning and awakening of blessings and accomplishments, right? And so making, like for example, like a Guru Pomchok ceremony, right? To make a lot of offerings. Why? Because number one, it's not just for humans. It's also not just for the Buddhas. It's for the Buddhas. It's for the Guru, Buddha, Gurus, and then the Idam and the protectors, right? And then also for the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So that's why they have the 6 refuge, right? During there, having this there. Human beings who are also there also partake of the offering, right? Devas, the heaven within samsara, the higher realm beings also come down, right? Bodhisattvas, right? Bodhisattvas also come together, right? So like this Guru Pomcho, right? Like this Chundi Drupchen. Why need to do long? Why need to do a count and then do many? It's because normally it's difficult for you to do. It's right. Imagine asking you to recite 100,000 chalk offering by yourself. It's just to have 100,000 offerings itself also need a lot of money, right? Then also, reciting by one person is so boring. Right? Then it becomes a chore. Then you don't rejoice. Then there's not happy, mind not happy, and then it goes into what? Anxiety and depression. Oh, so long already, I still haven't finished chanting this, right? Yeah. So I'm going to do retreat. I don't know whether I can finish or not. Haven't start, anxiety come. Right? Everybody the same. Everybody tell me the same thing. Before they have a retreat, if I cannot finish, how? I say, you want to finish or not? Yeah. Then finish it. Okay. Right? It's like, I remember last time I asked Ivy not here today, right? I asked Ivy to follow me to do retreat. She said, huh? Oh. Okay, lor. Yeah. Then, everybody very afraid. Oh, I cannot finish. And the whole idea is not just about completing. The whole idea is also about supporting friendship, eating together, practicing together, and this and that. This is the meaning. That's why it becomes a great dawn of blessing. By humans, gods, demigods, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, Dakinis, Dharma protectors, all congregate together, and then do this. That's why if you do, for example, like a Guru Pumchok ceremony, right, you realize that those who know how to play the musical instruments, they all play together at the same time and then chant together in one voice, right, as by making the offerings, this and that. The energy, somebody asked me whether they can use I can't remember what's the term, some meter that can calculate the frequency of the time, so the energy frequency. I can't remember who asked me. Definitely not Joshua, because usually Joshua asks this kind of question, but this time was not him. Yes. Somebody I can't remember now will say that, oh, I can have this thing that can record or read the frequency during the time of chanting and this and that. Yeah, it's up to you. Huh? Ainsa. I think probably he's the kind of person that will ask me this. I think Ainsa will ask all this kind of special questions, right? Okay, so yeah, and so Dharma practice, or the story of your life, or what's the meaning of life, is how you want to create it. That's why in Buddhism there's no God. There's no personality of God. There's no God that create. There's no personality of God. Okay? And so therefore in Buddhism, if you right now, like what all of us are, we are still in that age and time of I created myself, and so now I want to prove that I'm useful, I'm this and that. So people between 30 to 60 years old, 60 plus, are all within this time. Okay? If you can have the life to live beyond 70, you are blessed. Right? Somebody did ask me yesterday. I did say, yes, the greatest invention of the last century may be electricity, running water, and toilet, But really, to me, the greatest invention of the last century was antibiotic. How many people would have died without antibiotics? Right? It's antibiotics. You would have died. Some cut, and then if it gets infected, becomes septic. If your body can't fight it, you die. So, to continue about this topic about the meaning of life, is you are the one. So, during the time when you're 30 to 70 years old, we feel that we are real, we feel we are strong, we feel we live forever, we feel we can do this, we can do that, we can achieve this, we can achieve that, and so therefore we feel we are permanent, we are real, we are everything, right? So therefore, to the Buddha that we pray to, or Guru Rinpoche that we pray to, everybody have an idea of how Guru Rinpoche sound like to you. Right? Somebody says, oh, Guru Rinpoche sounds like His Holiness Dalai Lama. His voice very deep and powerful. Right? Or somebody say, oh, must sound like you because during puja, you wear the crown, so you must say emanation of Guru Rinpoche. So must sound like you. I said, are you sure? All these are your own mental hallucinations, creation on your mind of how Guru Rinpoche sounds like. True? How does Qi Gong look like? In your mind arises the actor. Yo Ben Chang, right? Your mind arises the actor, but not the actual Qi Gong, How does the actual Qi Gong look like? How does he really sound like? Nobody knows. You see? So your world is created. You are the creator of your own perception. So that's why many people, they say, oh, I pray to Buddha, I pray to Kuan Yin, or Kuan Yin is supposed to be very kind like my grandmother. Okay? Yeah, many people tell me, say, Kuan Yin very kind like my grandmother. I say, how old is your grandmother in your mind? How about if your grandmother was 30 years old? Wow, I heard she was very fierce during that time, man. Right? Wow, my grandmother, that damn fierce, damn powerful. Wow, one slap and then you roll on the ground, right? So, but if you then they say, what do you ask? I said, okay, if Kuan Yin becomes like your grandmother when she was 75 years old, my grandma died 72 lah. Yeah. Some people say this kind of thing as a matter of fact. Say, yeah. I said, what makes you think Kuan Yin is like your grandmother? Right? Everybody says that, I give you the truth, this thing that really happened, okay? Everybody say, oh, Buddha, Avalokiteshvara, I want to become a Buddha very quickly. Right? I want to become the fastest possible way for me to become a Buddha, right? No matter what I'm willing to do. Right? So then, Manjushri said, you sure? Yeah. So Manjushri took his sword and cut the ground, right? And pushed the two monks, pushed them into hell. Right? Everybody say, oh, Manjushri cut the ground, killed 2 monks, Manjushri said, you said yourself, you want to be purified, the fastest way to purify, go to hell. So speed is not necessarily the best thing. But in our life, our current nature of this phenomena of AI and everything else, but TikTok and Instagram, right? And what other are there? I don't know. Huh? Self-driving cars, all these kind of things, It's unbelievable. Everything we want fast. Then what happens? Right? So, like for example, my own experience was this. I was about 22 years old. I was very angry with my guru because my guru kept on asking me to memorize this prayer. I keep on asking me to recite this particular text, Yeah, and I was very angry. So it's been 2 years. Just keep on asking me to memorize. Keep on asking me to recite out loud and everything. I know it already. So I talked to my senior Dharma brother, and then my senior Dharma brother laughed and said, okay, good. You take this text and go and tell your guru. So I went to tell my guru. So I went to tell my guru, and then my guru took the text, and then he asked me, now read in front of me again. So I read out everything. Then after that he laughed. Then he said, okay. Then he asked me what I want. I said, I want to do something else. This is so boring, so long time, so very boring practice. And then he said, okay, if you want fast, then I give a fast result. So he took the text and whacked my head very hard, really whacked very hard. Pom. Oh, then I felt that after that there was a bump. Few days later, then I decided, because he said, after he whacked me on the head, he said, okay, you don't need to recite already. Then I think it was after like 1 week, and I felt very uneasy not reciting it, I felt very uneasy not reciting. Actually, the text is called as the wheel of sharp weapons. Yeah. And then after that, when I started to recite, somehow it took on a whole new meaning. I started to be able to notice different aspects of the text that I thought I knew, but I was just blind to it. I went through the form of reciting. I went through the form of reciting. I went through the activity of reciting. I went through everything he asked me to do. Just after that one hard whack on the head with the text, somehow it became meaningful to do. Right? So that's the power of going to that's the power of, to me, that's the power of Guru's blessings. Right? That the very same thing that we do may have total different meaning after different instances that go in our life. Okay? So yes, it may be the same thing. Like for example, doing this long sadhana every day, all this. That's just so boring, This every day, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I even say, actually got short sadhana, can do the short one. The more I say, can ask for the short one, even more things to recite, So I decided not to ask. I just do, right? Slowly, it becomes a purification or what, so on and so forth. Then really, I personally felt the same thing that happened, like my guru taking the text to hit my head, right? Then somehow perception transformed, and experience evolved. Okay, so it's not like it's very much like every one of us here. We do, and then after that we think, our guru asks us to do it because of this and that, or blah blah blah, or guru say this, guru say that, guru tell this, guru tell that. I don't like to do this, I don't like to do that, and this and that. Yeah. So it happens to everybody. It's not just happen to you or to them. It happens to everybody, right? So, yeah, the best thing that the disciples can have can do is always to blame the guru. Everything that happened is always the guru's fault. Nobody will ever say that. To understand beyond. Why guru do like this? Why guru? What's the deeper meaning and the activity beyond? Right? But many people will just think of it as, seeing is believing. Right? For example, why guru teach this person to do this like this and teach that person to do it like that? Right? The guru should teach everybody the same thing. But really? Can everybody learn the same thing at the same time? Can? Because everybody, it's like when it rains, you know, bring out your container to bring out the container to collect rainwater. You will start to see the true personality of the student, you know. Why? Because the guru say collect rainwater. Some will just take the biggest container they have, right? Many will take the biggest container they have, right? Right? It happened to us. You know, my at the time, right? I saw my guru said, do this. Some monks took silver water bowl to collect the rainwater because guru said they use silver water bowl. Because they said, guru didn't say quantity of water. But some people say, some people took dirty plastic pail. They say, they just want, because it's the biggest. Whatever they can see, they go and collect. Right? And then, so everybody will have a different thought. Right? So, you will see different people, different activity. Right? And so, at that time, I saw, because the guru said, collect the rainwater. Right? I saw some people, they take out their blankets to put out in the rain to get wet, put on the floor, absorb all the rainwater from the floor, and then they squeeze onto the pail. Right. So later on, it was actually something like an exercise that my guru asked us to do. And then really, my guru says, this is all each and every one of your understanding. Because I just said, go collect the rainwater. All these are rainwater, not wrong. But some choose to use silver water bowl, some choose to use porcelain bowl, some use kitchen pot and pan, some use plastic bag, some this and that, and so on and so forth. Right? So the main thing he says is the same. When Dharma, the dawning of Dharma and blessing for everybody, each and every one of us, according to our own capability and understanding, right, all receive the Dharma. But because of our each and every one of our own capability, merit, wisdom, would use the rainwater differently for different purpose. Okay? So therefore, what is the purpose of your life? It's really how you want to create it to be. Most important, we need to rely on the three principles of the path. If you don't renounce the attachment to this life, okay, and this attachment to our current life is really such a pain in the ass, you know. Don't talk about bodhicitta. Don't talk about bodhicitta yet. The attachment to how I want to cook it, how I want, the way this dish must be cooked. We cannot even forget the emotion of our childhood anger and angst and everything. So therefore, we still have so much anger, so much unhappiness, and this and that. And yet we say, "Oh, I can renounce, for the sake of all sentient beings." Really? If you really renounce, you forget all anger, hurt, and trauma, and pain, and this and that, and you let it go and you smile. Because you know, now I know what I learned from my life. But most of us cannot, we cannot renounce truly yet, because we're still so attached to, oh, my father did this, my mother did this, my father said this, my mother said this, my grandparents did this, and then everybody said this, everybody said that, or it was this, it was that. Forced renunciation would be death. Isn't it? Forced renunciation would be death, because most babies, when they are reborn, they cannot remember the past life. But some children can, up to 2 years old, they can remember their past life. Okay? So renunciation even is say, oh, I renounce, it's so easy. You cannot even renounce yesterday. Right? We cannot even renounce yesterday. We cannot even renounce the fact that people call you by another name. Or you cannot even renounce the fact that you want to be remembered by a certain name. Right? I give a good example would be Ashton, right? When I first knew him, I said, what's your name? He said, Ash. Immediately, you know what I thought? I thought of Pokemon, the game, this Pokemon. At first I was thinking, who calls themselves Ash? You know, Ash is like ashes, right? Ash is ashes, right? So they say Ash. Then I thought, oh, really, in real life, have people called themselves Ash? I thought that's a fantastic name. Why? Because it's like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know, I was thinking of that Ash. Then his name Ash, and I thought, oh, Pokemon. There's this Pokemon trainer, right? I think the beginning, you're called Ash, isn't it? Or one of the Pokemon boy trainer, yeah, called Ash. So I didn't know the real human being was also called Ash. When he told me his name was Ash, I thought, oh wow, it's unbelievable. There's really somebody called Ash. Right? So again, it's perception. It's a perception of a name called Ash or Ashton or whatever, you know. It's perception. So therefore, renunciation may seem like the easiest thing to talk about and easiest to practice, you know. So, oh, I become monk and nun, I renounce already. Really? Just change clothes does not mean, you know, maybe, you know, wolf in sheepskin, usually. Yeah, all of us are wolf in sheepskin. Right? Outside look like sheep, inside actually wolf. Or dinosaur even maybe. Dinosaur in sheepskin. Monster in sheepskin, isn't it? Every one of us, everybody is the same. Only everybody want to look good and look good, look prim and proper. Right? Right? Is everybody is faced with what is their best condition during that time, we just do it. Right? At that split second, we think that's the way to do it, and then we just do it. And then whether it's the right or wrong, who knows? Right? Who knows right or wrong? Only after that, then we know, oh, this was a right decision, this is a wrong decision whatsoever. So renunciation, even renouncing this current life, you know, renounce this life. Many people think that, oh, renounce the attachment of this life. It's not just because of, it's not just that, renounce the attachment to this life, renounce the attachment to that how real I am, like the iron that I'm talking about. The iron that I'm talking about, right? If the iron ore did not renounce, iron ore did not renounce itself, you know, refused to be smelted, refused to be burned. When it's being burned, refused to be smelted, it will have continued the pain of being burned. Still don't smelt, still don't melt, still don't melt, burn you till you melt, burn you till you, right? So this is why we are suffering. We burn because we simply refuse to release. We are still holding on to whatever we are holding on to. And karmically, we are all taught to hold on to our pain, hold on to our thoughts, hold on, because everybody tells us to hang on and not let go, right? And then we will learn Buddhism and say, oh, let go. Let go, let go. So easy to let go. It's not about letting go. I feel it's about letting loose. Release ourselves from ourselves. And how do we do that? By meditating. And by reading a little bit of Dharma every day. By attending Dharma teaching. By accumulating merit. This is how you do. There's no other way. There's no other way. Alright? Of course, if you have the means in future, those of you parents already settled, children grown up and this and that, then go and stay in the mountains, or go and stay in the monastery and practice to be a benefit for other people. Right? Don't just talk about being how things should be, must be, and everything. This is really, we demand the world to be our samsara. This is how samsara grew stronger and stronger, isn't it? Right? Good example would be what last time have Facebook, now Instagram. Who have more followers? You don't even know. It's just the quantity, it's just the number. You don't even know who is following you. You don't even know this and that, right? So this is the whole thing. We ourselves have to face ourselves. And we ourselves have to recognize our own, not just our own faults, but also our own strength. So that it's not about everything is bad. It's not true. It's not true that everything is bad. If everything was really so bad, Lord Buddha wouldn't have come to teach us, because we would be hopeless. Because Buddha came and he taught us, what does it mean? We are not hopeless, you know. We may be helpless now, but we are not hopeless. And because we are not hopeless, we were helpless, after the teaching, we will be able to hold on to something that we can feel, you know, confident of our own merit and wisdom, confident of our own practice, and then that will be the greatest benefit we can, step by step. Okay? Yeah. Any other questions? Any question? No question, right?
Rinpoche, there's 2 questions for online. First one is, when reading sutras text, is it better to read out aloud or silently? And does the merit of recitation also apply to silent reading, or is it reading aloud only? Or is it reading aloud is considered more beneficial? And lastly, sometimes when commuting, it may be more convenient to read silently with people around. Thank you.
Whatever your practice, don't be a nuisance to others. Honestly, don't be a nuisance to others. Right? Because if you are a nuisance to others, people will say, see lah, this Buddhist lah, become Buddhist, then become like that. Correct? Huh? Don't become Buddhist better, become Buddhist, become like that lah. Become like that law. Right? So, whether you want to read aloud, if you have you have the time and place and nobody, or you have few people to recite aloud in a temple at then you must have there's a rupa in front of you, and then you have to have generate the feeling of refuge, the pain of samsara, and then going for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Then you recite the sutra aloud and feel that Lord Buddha is actually like the statue there. He's talking, he's teaching you this sutra. But if your motivation is to read, to understand and this, and then you can do silent reading or just like a whispering to this and that and everything. Right? It really depends on A lot of people like to ask me these kind of questions, which is, to me, there's so many answers to this kind of question. If you recite the sutra aloud and there are a lot of animals there, and then you recite the animals can hear and they can feel the frequency and everything from the love and prayer of yourself, because you are the transmitter. You are the transmitter, and the love and the compassion and the energy and that generate towards all beings. Yeah, then you recite aloud. But if not, then you recite silently. So there's no 100% correct way, because I'm not an extremist. Okay, so if maybe you need to use loud hailer, to recite, or no. Easy a loud hailer, or carry a very powerful Mi Pro mic in the back and then recite. Thus I have heard. You know what's the meaning of thus I have heard? Everybody have to listen to me. Nobody knows the better Dharma better than me. And nobody knows. Oh gosh. Okay, and then.
Second question is, you mentioned about memorizing text before. So do we have to fix a timeline? Because normally I'll take my own time.
You take your own time, yeah. You don't know when is the time, tomorrow come first or the next life come first, then this really depends. Yeah. I cannot answer, you've got to be the one that you've got to make your own decisions, Yeah. I'm just doing all these things to amuse myself, for myself, yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. So that's
any question from the ground?
No.
Okay.
If not, Joshua will start asking questions.
Can we have Anila to lead us in the prayers?
I'm just joking. Anybody got any questions to ask? If not, every week is exam, every week. Oh.
So we'll take one more question from the ground.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. So about prayers also, about food prayer. So sometime when I remember in Tibet, the time you were teaching us how to do food prayer, and then in Tibet, then when we go restaurant, Sifu say, "Hey, my prayer already done already. I didn't see you recite." So the question is, Sifu, when we do the food prayer, is it better that we imagine we offer the food to Buddha, or is it we need to recite the food prayer? Yeah.
Depends what level you are. Beginner don't know how to feel, don't know how to offer, then better to recite out loud first, memorize and recite out loud first, isn't it? This exactly what I said just now, right? Those who don't know, the first thing you need to recite out loud. Depends on you.
So that time when I came back from Tibet, one time I went to this hawker center. Then I offered the whole hawker center to you. Then 2 days later I asked whether did you receive or not. Then you said you even offered the rubbish bin to me also. That time I was shocked. Wow, you really know. So I thought maybe even if I don't know how to recite, but if the feeling is really to offer, I thought it's like what you thought is beneficial. When you go to a restaurant, you really offer the whole restaurant. Yeah,
you offer the food in the restaurant. You don't offer the whole restaurant because the rubbish also you offer.
Yeah, so is it if we come, then no need to go and think about the text. We just, as per the text.
Please, don't trap me with your question.
No, I'm not tracking.
Yeah, I feel if I answer you, can just have the feeling can already. Then next life, you know what we'll become? We'll become animals. We have all animals have feeling, but can animal talk?
Thank you, sir.
Purpose is how you want to be a greatest benefit for yourself and for others. Right? Because now I'm telling you, if everybody, I just got a feeling, or just got. Just got a feeling, just got a feeling. No. The next life, all the animals got no feeling, man. Correct. All animals have feeling. They get feeling. They know, they feel everything, but cannot talk. And so therefore it's not about can do like this or do like that. How about doing both? How not blending? How about you if it's your meal time, 吃饭哦，你吃饭就好，不要吃菜咯。酱油也不可以放哦，因为你叫你吃饭嘛。Your question in another way actually sounds like this to me. Okay, how about if we just have the feeling, and so it's like that, and not like I'm disturbing you. I'm presenting it another way, in another dimension. If I could just focus on the feeling and not on the words, then it's like, what's the difference between a human and an animal? Animals can feel, animal cannot talk, and the other one is but just recite, got no feeling, can or not? Can. Again, it's the other way around. People like to be this, then it's just like, you 吃饭咯，不吃饭哪里有力减肥？
Oh, that's deep, very deep.
对吗？It's a fact for me, right？ 吃饭一定要吃饭，不吃饭哪里有力减肥？ Sounds funny, but it's true. Okay.
So what you're saying is best is beneficial is to understand and then have the feeling, and that's
beneficial is to master everything, so that you will know how you can be 文武两双全。
好，谢谢师父。
明白吗？ Right? You know to know when is the time you need to manifest scholarly. When is the time you need to manifest mastery? It's not cannot be just one. Just only wisdom. Cannot. Just only intelligence cannot. Wisdom is not intelligence. Just only compassion cannot become enlightened also. It's the same. Okay? Right? 吃饭呢，吃饭就好，不要吃菜，省钱。现在每个人吃饭就不吃饭，吃菜吃肉，就不要叫吃饭了，叫用餐，对吗？应该不要叫吃饭了，叫用餐咯，对吗？Understood นะ？Yes. Oh my gosh. You laugh until like that. You是皈依周星驰的是吧？
Paiseh, because long time never ask question in the main hall. Actually, I got a question because today you mentioned about actually attending teaching is accumulating merit and wisdom together. Actually, first time I hear this explanation, because I mean the version of Buddhism that I learned in the past many years ago is you want merit, then you make offerings, then you want wisdom, you read the sutra, then you attend teaching. But first time I hear that attending teaching actually we are also accumulating merit. So how does it work? Like how come like just by merely sitting here and listening to the Dharma teacher we will receive merit?
I see many people come for class, and many people are happy, and many people feel more enlightened after class. I feel happy. I rejoice. I turn up is also an offering of body, speech, and mind. I offer incense, and then I offer prayers, and then I do prayer before teaching and after teaching, and then I make offerings to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, make offerings to Guru. That is accumulating merit. Your presence that inspires others, even in the case of numbers. Right? One person go to one place, do prayer. Then another person see another person go, he follow. Then other people see 2 person, they want to do to become 4, become 5. Right? Other people see more and more, then more and more come together. Then isn't that also as need support, merit, support and merit and friendship and bonding? That is also you must understand the karma of ourselves as ordinary samsaric being. We have such strong attachment, such strong craving, such strong ignorance. But to have the attachment other than just for worldly things, but switch the energy towards Dharma, transform the energy towards self-love and enlightenment. That is accumulating merit. Understand?
Thank you, Rinpoche. Rinpoche, I want to ask a further question from this answer. Like, being able to come to a temple or being able to be close to one's guru, is it also accumulating merit? For example, attending the teaching as physically in a temple as compared to attending the teaching online, is there a difference in the merit? Or it also depends on the motivation also?
Depends on motivation. Like for example, those students in US, some of the students in US, they really get ready for the teaching. Some of the students in Malacca, they really get ready for the teaching, right? And after listening and everything, then they really feel the quality of their mind evolve, becomes much better. So that itself is excellent. But why do they born far away from the teacher? Because in their previous life they say, oh, we'll have one, it's okay one. When you take things for granted and not turn up, depends, like I said, everything is motivation. When you start to take things for granted and you say, no, never go so like that, what, and this and that, and talk in negative ways and everything, and like I said just now, Lama Rinpoche also always says, the moment you allow, even Rinpoche always says, what's the purpose of reciting mantra all the time? Because it's mind protection. Because it's, if we are not say if you're not careful, he says that, you won't even know when you're not careful, Rinpoche said. Sobar Rinpoche said, you don't even know when you're not careful. One strand of hair, even the, Rinpoche said, like a one strand of hair of something that make us think or let us listen to negative talk or wrong view or this and that, then after that, it will grow. And therefore, that's why Rinpoche said, every day do chalk offering, every day do self-initiation. Why? Because he says, purify, need to purify. And because of that, he says, the most important, the root of the path is Guru devotion. Like today, I was having lunch with Preparatory Rinpoche. Preparatory Rinpoche said the people, the kind of strong devotion, Buddhist and Christian, what's the difference, what's the difference between Buddhist and Christians? He was telling me, and I asked him what. He says, the Christians, in how long? They raised 300 million. Yeah. Said that the Christians, they said, the pastor said, I'm doing God's work. I need this, okay? And needed needed some money and this and that, right? Everybody heard, they rejoiced to expand the kingdom of God. They want to do, they're doing God's work. They rejoice, they support, they everything. They raised 300 million in 1 week. 300 million in 1 week. Because everybody believed in doing God's work. And that is Guru devotion in body, speech and mind, you know. But Buddhists ask you to do this. Last time I offer already. Right? Oh, I offer already. I did this already. And that's the thing. It's the whole concept, maybe what they have in their mind and what they have this and that. It's different. It's just their dimension of where they are standing and seeing makes the whatever activity they have, they believe in that they are doing successful. And there was another pastor who says that in 1 hour? In 1 hour, he said, oh, they want to do this activity and so therefore they need, and in 1 hour they raised 30,000. Or something like $30,000. 1 hour. That is the power they have in their guru. That is God. Their guru is Jesus Christ. Their guru is God. You see? But for us is that, you know, we are practicing the Dharma according to our own terms. When I feel like it, I offer. When I feel like it, I practice. Slowly, take time, because there can be many lifetimes to attain enlightenment. You realize this is what we Buddhists, or very self-righteous and everything, we have this kind of thing. There's no cooperation that we can do everything one big bang together. Let's do it, and then we can collectively agree and you know, board the ship and board the spacecraft and fly. This is something that this is something that I felt meaningful, that we all can learn and do together, isn't it? Apart from, you know, or intellectualize, oh, you know, that one not good enough lah, this one not good enough, and so what happens? There can many people who have a lot of intellectual understanding of Buddhism, and then after that they can have a lot of contempt to each other. Oh, this one is this center one, this one is that lineage one, this one they do like that one, they're like that. Why? Why? No meaning. Right? So when you say come to the temple, why you want to do like this, and to answer your question, I feel already answered.
Thank you, Vijay.
Okay?
Rinpoche, to your kindness, can we have one more question from the online? This on TikTok. Is the prayer before meals to feel appreciative or compassionate towards animals who died to be our food?
There are so many prayers before food. So I cannot answer this question. It really depends on which level you are. There are some is pray for the also praying for the animal, and some also benefit yourself. Some also offering, accumulating merit. There's so many different aspects and dimension. Feeling compassion for the animal who died for your food. The animal didn't even want to be killed. So how are you going to handle that? Okay, so I cannot answer you. Right? But generally is to pray for the animal, to offer the food, so as you know, you don't wolf down your food even before you offer. Right? So there's they have less attachment, understanding the food, gratitude to where the food come from, gratitude to the sponsor. Right, gratitude. There so many different aspects. Okay, I cannot answer this question directly.
Okay, thank you, Rinpoche.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Can we have Anila to lead us in the prayers?
Okay, let's offer Mandala. Omahung, Omahung, Omahung. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon, are offered in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure lamp. May my venerable Guru's life be firm, his white divine actions spread in the 10 directions, and the torch of Losang's teaching, dispelling the 3 worlds,
being darkness,
always remain. Om Yidam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniya Tayami. Okay, let's do long life prayers. In the land and cycle about snowy mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good, all powerful, cherishing Tensigatsu, please remain until samsara ends. May the teachings of the Buddha flourish, and may those upholding the teachings have long lives. May all transmigrators be well and happy, and may their temporary and ultimate aims be accomplished. Om Savasti, like the countless light rays that radiate from Ruby Mountain, exquisite Amitayu, Lord of everlasting life,
who captivates
and one does not tire of seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality, please instantly grant our Guru the city of stable and everlasting life. The intelligent and skillful in upholding the traditions of Buddha, spreading holy Dharma through expressions of practices, in order to lead disciples on the path to liberation. You're the one who is our guide. Please live a long and stable life. I request respectfully my precious holy Guru to enjoy excellent health. I request respectfully my precious holy Guru to live a long life. I request respectfully my precious holy Guru that your Dharma activity spread and flourish far and wide. I request respectfully my precious holy Guru to bless me to be never separate from you. In all my future rebirths, may I never be separated from my perfect Guru. May I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of stages and path, may I quickly attain the state of Vaishnava. Due to the blessing of the Guru, the 3 jewels, and especially due to enlightened activities of Mazu Gyalmo, may Singha Rinpoche's life be stable and his activities increase. Homage to the assembly of deities who are the source of all varieties of preciousness, by your knowledge, compassion, and power that liberates from mere seeing and hearing, from the blessing and power of the truth assembly of deities, may the lotus of long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity blossom. Okay, let's do dedication. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from the suffering. May the precious Buddha mind not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Me te wei te chen re zi, tri me kem pe wang bo jiang pe yang, gan chen kem pe tong ken tong ka pa, lo san dra pe la so wa de. Mi me te wei te chen re zi, ri me kem pe wang bo jiang pe yang, gan chen kem pe tong ken tong ka pa, lo san dra pe sha la so wa de. Mi me te wei te chen re zi, ri me kem pe wang bo jiang pe yang, gan chen kem pe tong ken tong ka pa, lo san dra pe sha la so wa de. Just a reminder, later no prostration, please.
Yeah, everybody, please hold on a moment. So just now, thank you Rinpoche for the teaching. So a lot of people ask Rinpoche a lot of questions. So now my turn to ask everybody a question. So have you all signed up for Guru Punsot ceremony? Oh, yes, oh really? Very good. Thank you. Okay, so today I'll be giving a quick sharing about our upcoming event, which is known as the Guru Punsot ceremony, GPC. So my name is Adam. So tahan with me for a while. Okay, so this year Guru Punsot GPC will be doing it on the 5th and 6th of July. It's a Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so this event will be held at Kota Tinggi, Territory, Malaysia. So it's been 6 years since we last went back to KT for our Guru Rinpoche retreat. So this year we'll be doing it back at Kota Tinggi, and there's a very special program for this GPC. So there's a 2 giant money wheel that's constructed at the site of the holy stupas. So this year we will be consecrating the stupa as well as part of this GBC program. Okay, so like Rinpoche has mentioned in the teaching just now, so we gather together to do recitation together, and it will be led by Singha Rinpoche. So he'll guide us in the mantra recitation of Guru Rinpoche, the 7-line prayers, and the top offering prayers. So we can one voice, one prayers together with Rinpoche to do this practice. Also to give yourself a break from your daily work and just go KT to recharge yourself and reconnect with your Guru together, okay? So last year, we have our GBC here in Singapore at Fuqing Huiguan, if you guys do remember. So how many of you attended last year GBC? Please raise your hand. Thank you. So you guys also register. This year we'll be doing it overseas, okay? There's also a lot of merits accumulation opportunity. Like Rinpoche has mentioned, one of it would be the top offering, right? And we also have our Tensum offering, our Guru flags, and also Stupa Light. This Stupa Light will be offered at the Nepal, the Bodha Stupa there. Okay, so there's a lot of merits accumulation opportunity. Okay, so do sign up early. Do invite your friends and family members if they want to come and join us in this 2-day event. Okay, thank you very much. And before we go, I'll pass the mic over to Ile. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not here to make anything but announcements, so no prostrations. Thank you, Rinpoche, for teachings tonight. So everybody never sign up. I saw all your hands just now, so please take note. Thank you. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, everybody, big hand. He was very shy after all these years of announcing, but he's still very shy. So, yeah, please. Thank you. So thanks, everyone. Please can continue already. I'm not going to sing a song. So yeah, thank you. So everyone online, thank you for listening to teaching this far. Hope you enjoyed the announcements made by Adam, and we can't wait to see you at the Guru Rinpoche retreat once again. So 5th to 6th of July 2025, this is the QR code to sign up today. So do sign up. And of course, the announcements of the night. Introduction to meditation, English and Chinese. So from 25th of May and all these Sundays that you can see here, so it's from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's on site at 147 Tyree Road, and it's on our level 2 classroom. So do come and join us for this 4-session meditation class with Dharma brother Keith Chung, and embark on the journey of peace, clarity and self-discovery. So suggested course donation is at $20, and this will be contributed to the Dharma Propagation Fund. So do scan this QR code here to sign up. And yes, during Vesak, we have met very many new friends, and we can't wait for you to come and join us at this orientation 2025, so you can begin your Dharma journey with us. So on the 31st of May, this upcoming Saturday, on 31st of May, so it's from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Tekchen Choling Main Hall. So if you are new to Buddhism, curious about Tekchen Choling, ready to explore the Dharma, step into a meaningful journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. So do join us for this orientation and this inspiring afternoon of learning, connection and community. So scan here to register. And this is one of those classes which is so wonderful and led by Geshe Jigme. So how to do prostrations, and 21st of June, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. This will also happen at the Tekchen Choling Main Hall. In case you have forgotten, we are at number 2 BT Lane, and the language of instruction will be in English. So if you're curious about prostrations, learn the why and how with Geshe Jigme, please come and, find it more, all your questions. And if you have ever wondered why do Buddhists do prostrations, this is the time to ask him this question. So there's no prior experience required. Scan here to register. Once again, this is our Telegram channel, so you can find out all the latest information and updates. Do scan this QR code to join the Telegram channel. And of course, last but not least, this is as what Rinpoche was sharing, we are really doing this expansion project, right? As you know, so there's still the Atisha Stupa plug, as well as all these fundraising items that awaits your sincere contribution, all in support of our ANA project. So, of course, for more information, please feel free to contact Ethan, or of course, you can email us at our Teck Chen Choling email, and do join us together to leave this legacy for our next generation. You are donating with a purpose. Of course, you see all this venerating all these holy objects, temple preservation, collective merit, as well as all these great merits, and let's come together and create these great merits together. And of course, thank you once again for holding on this far. My name is Ile, and we are signing off tonight. Thank you. Remember, no prostrations tonight because Rinpoche is traveling. Thank you.
Saranam gacchami.